I give you J.E. Stanley. I said, I give you J.E. Stanley. I said, I give you J.E. Stanley.
Did you have long hair? Did you have long hair? I don't remember that. Did you have long hair before?
Everybody else signing up? Oh, just in time.
Stay with the mic.
The obligatory rock star moves.
Yeah, I have to fiddle around. I knew Anna Marie would be a hard act to follow. I knew it. I told her that. So, thanks to Andy, Steve, and Nick who's not here for having me.
They got nothing to do.
Sorry, I take that back. Nick had nothing to do with it.
Where is he?
Next to Big
Florida.
Oregano?
Marcus Bales is in the audience, who is the editor of this book.
Nice book.
A lot of other people actually get involved in this and dissonance, but then I'd sound like I was accepting an Academy Award or something. You'd all be sitting there rolling your eyes, which is probably what you're going to do anyway. This one's called The Renegades. We won't admit it, but it's over. It's already over, really. Jesse's just gotten his draft notice. That's the worst of it, of course. And some Detroit band is trying to get a restraining order saying that we can't be the Renegades because they're the Renegades and they own the name. And Dallas showed up drunk at the record company in Chicago, so now the album deal is gone. And right after the meeting, Billy lost it and laid into him. Broke his nose before I pulled him off. And you can't take something like that back. So now we've got no drummer. And today the bus broke down just outside Porterville, so we're late. Running on 3 hours of sleep with nothing to eat but vending machine crackers and no time for a sound check. Everybody edgy and 24 calls, but no substitute drummer. And the inevitable stage fright, even in a small club like this one. And tonight's going to be a disaster. But we don't even try to turn away, unlike the Titanic. Just hit the iceberg head on. And yeah, this will probably be our last gig, ever. But still, it matters. It always matters. A line of Jesse's keeps scrolling through my head. This whole sad world was born to bleed. And now it's time to go on, and I can't believe it. Dallas shows up. Bright-eyed, black, blue, swollen, nose taped up. He won't talk to any of us. Just goes to his drum kit, sits down, and Billy slides up to his opening note on the bass, does his riff with perfect timing, perfect feeling. Dallas comes in on drums, right there with him in the pocket. Jesse chugging perfect rhythm on his Strat. I hit the button on my big muff pedal, and my old Gibson guitar does its sweet and sour wail. Jesse leans into the mic, goes into Lie to Me with his trademark growl, and everything is different now. The air itself curved, electric. Nothing exists but the music, because we're the Renegades. And what if this whole sad world was born to bleed? We're the Renegades, and we were born to rock. Another rock and roll poem here. So a lot of song titles worked in. Makes it a semi-found poem. For Marcus over there. This is why we have electricity. The true purpose of electricity. I am the voice of thunder, toccata of the sky. I am now. Not history, not Hall of Fame nostalgia, now. Your next second, your next breath, your next heartbeat. I am the American-born beat of the world, synthesized and shouted back to that world. I am the rhythm, the blues, the beat, the beat, the beat. I am the refuge of the lost, the heartbroken, the alienated, the righteous outlaw standing alone against civilized evil. I am trucking down every Route 66, every Autobahn, every Silk Road, every long, lonesome highway, everywhere. I am the revolution, the helter-skelter stairway to born to be wild heaven, unstoppable by a 7-nation army, unimpeded by advisory labels, untouched by would-be censors, and made only stronger by reactionary beetle to Dixie chick bonfires, because I am the flame, I am the rock, I am the roll, and I am here to stay. This one was inspired by Linda Pastan's poem Ethics, which deals with this situation, and it's a very well-constructed poem, but she doesn't really come to a decision. And in this situation, I feel there's no real decision to make. So this is Ethics 101, Why the Mona Lisa Smiles. A hypothetical fire rages through an imagined museum. A priceless painting, an old woman with a badly sprained ankle. You can save one of them, but only one. And so you choose the obvious choice, of course. Later on, you can tell yourself you did it for art, for posterity, for the future of humanity, not for any reward, or on the off chance that in the confusion of the fire, you can slink away unnoticed, trade Miss Mona for a quick black market million. And if you're really smart, check the woman's purse for money. $42 in change, and why not? She won't be needing it. Odds are you'll look back on this day without regret. But maybe, just maybe, in years to come, you will dream of the woman, the terror on her face, her grip on your pant leg as she panics, as she pleads, please, don't leave me like this, please. And maybe, just maybe, long after midnight, you will jolt awake to the echo of her screams as she burns. My brother likes to play chess a lot, so I play with him sometimes, and I've never really studied the game, so he always beats me. So this poem was just inspired by a chess game. This is called Checkmate. The dagger flashes, the king falls and gasps as his blood stains the pristine black and white squares. His subjects scream, cry, fall to their knees in disbelief and grief. And though the pawn cries the loudest over the fallen sovereign, the war is now over. And in his heart, his secret heart, his heart still beating, he is most glad to be alive, most glad to have survived. I've been writing a bunch of form poems, which is unusual for me. A 5-line poem called This in Quain over this last summer. And this is one of those. I dance. Insane on sonic seas, I dance on ice, I dance. On sonic seas, insane, I dance. And that one is, I like that one just because in some ways it's one of the more free things that I've written, but it's also by far the most structured thing in 4 different ways that I've written. And I'll sneak a quick haiku in there. This was inspired by a haiku by Deborah P. Kaloji about the desert moon. Modest impact craters, my boot prints on her desert moon. There's a reference in this next poem to the movie 21 Grams. Fortunately, Naomi Watts should have won an Oscar, by the way.
Great movie.
She also should have won one for Mulholland Drive. But. So I'd just like to paraphrase, because I don't remember exactly some of the dialogue from the film.
Who directed that?
I don't remember. David Lynch directed Mulholland Drive for 21 Grams.
Didn't the same guy direct Babel?
It could be.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Not
Throw your curveball.
sure, Terry. I can't say for sure.
And I got a strike.
I didn't read
Mr.
it.
Curveball. A very quick paraphrase from the movie 21 Grams. They say we all lose 21 grams at the moment of death. The weight of a chocolate bar, a stack of 5 nickels, a hummingbird. The poem is entitled Specific Gravity. What is the true weight? 21 grams, a few scattered thoughts, a 45 caliber round, chambered and impatient, airborne. The weight of old poems, devoid of music, fed to the fire one by one. Of keloid memories, sharply focused in high contrast silver nitrate images. The weight of this rain, sheeting the windshield as I listen to Evanescence and wait for my wife to get out of church. The weight of this page. The weight of silence. And the last one, which it isn't the best or anything, but it's my
What's
favorite
with the
of the ones I
short-
have done.
You don't apologize for it, for God's sake. Sorry.
I don't really apologize.
There's a
I'm just
teacher
saying
in me,
this
I'm
one happens to be
sorry.
my favorite,
Sorry.
my personal favorite. Such with a truncated quote from Pablo Picasso, "Art is a lie." This started with an alternate history science fiction type poem, inspired by the idea that if I ever came across a genie and got 3 wishes, I wouldn't use them to make the world a better place or anything like that. Me being me, I would just use them on myself. Anyway, this is called Ink. This place is not of your time, not of your world. Here, epiphany is real, not some temporary evanescent delusion. Human voices do not wake us, and we do not drown. Darkness hides our faults. Even under the bright and naked moon, we are free. The small gods are left solely to their own devices. No human swords baptized to holiness by infidel blood. And even if you cut me, I do not bleed. None of which is the least bit relevant. The sole reason for this piece of fiction, the most beautiful and impossible of lies. In this world of ink, I am the fairy tale beast to your beauty, and you are in love with me.
Yes, that's very good.
Give it up for J.E. Stanley! Well, what is with our feature readers this evening? They're also short and sweet and precise. No long rambling. Oh, that's Nick. I'm sorry.